Right, so this video is hopefully going to be around about 30 minutes, and it's something hopefully that you can try at home. There's one thing about coming to a yoga class and do an hour of yoga in a class in a group, but then when you get home, you might forget what the movements were. You might not have an hour to spend, is probably more to the point. So I'm going to try to keep these videos around about 30 minutes, which is reasonable. You don't have to do all the movements if you don't want to. If you do follow these videos, just be careful with the movements. If you're not familiar with them, go really, really carefully. Don't put your body into any risk or any risk of injury. And actually, these are the movements that I generally do in terms of my own home personal practice. So we're going to get straight to it. But before I do start a practice, I will try to warm the body up. And there's a couple of ways you can do this. The one I really like is like it's a virtual skiing actually. So you come to the middle of the top of your mat, and it's really about taking some shallow squats. Okay, keeping the knees pointing over the toes as you shallow squats. And you do this a couple of times just to get the quadriceps fired up, get the blood start to moving into the muscles, and then you can swing your arms. And it's this movement, okay? So we get a little bit of shoulder movement, a little bit of shoulder flexion, and we get some nice movement through the knee joints, through the hip joints, only going as low as you need to go to feel that effort, okay? Because the body might still be quite stiff whenever you do this practice. This is really about raising the heart rate, raising the respiratory rate, and getting the blood surging around the body, ready to go into some deeper postures. Okay, you do those for about, I don't know, 5 breaths if you want, 30 seconds, a minute, whatever feels right, and then come to a standing position at the top of your mat. Roll forwards, backwards on your toes, try to get the ankle joints moving. And we'll go straight into sun salutations, which is a really effective way of warming the body up anyway. It's just I like to get a little bit of CV going before I start my sun salutations. So from mountain pose at the top of the mat, feet hip width apart, breathe in, lift the hands up nice and high, reaching up, and then breathe out, cactus the arms to the first one. So bring the elbows down shoulder height, draw the elbows backwards. Breath in, lift the hands up nice and high, bend the knees as you breathe out, float your hands down to your shins, and breath in for that half lift. So leaning forward on the front of the toes to straighten the legs if you can. Find that tension in the back of the hammers. Hold here a couple of breaths, just stretch through the backs of the legs. Breathe in nice and gently. And then bending the knees, let the arms dangle, let the head hang here, pull the belly button in, release your shoulders, release your scapula, feel that nice stretch around the back, the upper back, and slowly roll up to standing, roll the shoulders back, draw the arms up, palms come together, a little bit of a back bend, so reach up with your fingers and then gently tilt backwards in your upper body, keeping the feet firmly planted, firmly grounded, but reaching up with the fingers and reaching back a little bit, opening through the ribs, opening through the body, taking a couple of breaths here, and then a breath in, and then a slow breath out, bend the knees, hands down to your shins again, for that half lift, to straighten the legs, lean forwards on the front of the toes, you bring the center of gravity into line, ankles, knees, hips. Feel that nice stretch through the back of the hammers. Bend the knees, hands to the floor, and then slowly walk the feet back. We're going to go straight into a downward dog. And from downward dog, that's hips high, heels down, pedal through the legs. Okay. This is a really effective way of stretching through the calf muscles. Gently stretching through your Achilles tendon, not pushing too hard, but enough that you feel that tension, that stretch. Then we come up to our toes, bend our knees a little bit, stretch through the toe knuckles just for a couple of breaths here. You can feel those toe knuckles stretching, and then sending the heels to the floor. Slow breath into plank, high press up, bring the shoulders forward on top of the wrists. Slow breath out, downward dog. Do this a couple of times. So breath in, plank. Breath out, downward dog. Okay, and then we're going to drop to the knees. Take a couple of cat cows here, particularly if this is a morning session that you're doing. So cat cows, as we know, is gently flex and extending the spine. So breathing in, you take your belly button down, lifting your head bum up. Breathing out, you round your back, put your belly button in, tuck your chin in, okay? Really nice for the spine, really kind for your spine first thing in the morning, and particularly if you are suffering from any achiness, any stiffness in the lumbar spine. Okay, we're going to come into a puppy stretch now. So staying with the knees where they are, going to reach or walk the hands forwards as far forward as you can, and then lower the chest down, feeling that nice stretch through the shoulders. Gently drawing back on your hands, because this will give you a little bit of a stretch through the shoulders and the spine. And release. Going to make our way back into downward dog. So tuck your toes in. If you can, sit back towards your raised heels. And then with your head coming down between the arms, drive down through the toes, through the feet, through the legs to straighten the legs. And you'll find yourself into a really good form of downward dog. With a breath in, lifting your left foot high up in the air. Keep the leg as straight as you can. And remember to push down into the right heel and feel that stretch through the hips, through the hamstrings. Taking a breath in at the top. As you breathe out, bring the knee into the chest, squeeze it forwards, firing up those core muscles, and breath in, lift up, three-legged dog, and breath out that foot to the floor. We do the same on the other side, movement to breath. So nice breath in, slowly elevating your right leg up nice and high. Again, pushing down into the left heel, feel that stretch through the hamstrings. Take a breath in at the top and a breath out, knee into chest. Squeeze it forwards, use your core muscles to do that, and then breath in, lift up, three-legged dog. And breath out, foot to the floor, look up between the hands, bend the knees. You can jump or you can step or you can walk to the top of the mat to a Bentley forward bend. Drop the bum down, sweep the hands forwards, come into a chair pose. So lower the bum down, reaching up the arms. So they come, try to get them either side of your ears if you can, and then look up towards your fingers, and then almost sit back, lean back into your heels. You feel the intensity of this posture. Taking a couple of shallow breaths here because everything's working really hard. And then breath out, float your hands down to your shins, breath in, straighten the legs, lift the chest, half lift. Bend the knees, a little bit of a dangle here, releasing your shoulders. With your belly button in, slowly rolling up to mountain. Roll the shoulders back, draw the arms up nice and high. Take a side bend to any one side, keeping the feet firmly planted. And then take a breath in and a side bend to the other side. You're going to take a twist on the next breath out. So breathing in up to tall mountain, and then twist your upper body, your shoulders, chest to one side, reaching with the arms forwards and backwards. Take a breath in back to center, and we twist to the other side. So just getting some movement through the spine, through the spinal column. Breath in, lift the hands up. Breath out, bend the knees, hands to shins. Breath in for a half lift. Breath out, bend the knees, hands to the floor. Pause the breath, walk the feet back, and as you breathe in, come into plank. As you breathe out, knees, chest, chin to the ground. Bring your tops of feet on the floor as you breathe in, cobra pose, back bends, pushing the floor with the hands. As you lift the chest, draw the shoulders backwards, lift up through the crown head. Breathe out to the floor, tuck your toes in. Breathe in, push up onto your knees or push up into plank, and breathe out, downward dog. Look up between the hands, bend the knees, step walk or a little jump to the top of the mat. And from here, we take a dangle here, pull the belly button in, slowly roll up to standing. Roll the shoulders back, draw the arms up nice and wide. Lifting your left foot off the floor, bring the knee in center line so you get that balance. And if you want, you can take your right hand onto the outside of the left knee and reach back with your left hand for a twist. You can stay simply in standing stance, looking forwards. That's absolutely fine. You don't need to go for the twist. Breath in, lift the hands up. And breath out, float the hands down the side as the foot comes to ground. Okay, we go again. Breath in, lift up. Tall mountain, floating your right knee up about waist height or as high as you can go. And then left hand onto the outside of the right knee. Reaching back with your right hand again, just feeling how the balance is. You can stay here as long as you want in these balances, these first ones, just to check in with yourself, check in with your balance brain. Breath in, standing staff, reach up, looking forwards. Breath out, foot to floor, hands down the side. Breath in, draw the arms up nice and high. Breath out, drop into chair. So dropping the bum down, keep the arms raised, look up between the arms, feel the intensity of the posture. Taking a couple of breaths here, feel the quads really firing up now. Taking a breath in, breath out, down, hands to shins, breath in, half lift. Bend the knees, hands to the floor, walk the feet to the back of the mat, downward dog. Slow breath into plank. Slow breath out to the floor. Breath in, cobra. Breath out to the floor, tuck your toes in, breath in, push up into plank. Breath out, downward dog. Taking a couple of breaths here in dog. Okay, look up between the hands. With a breath in, lift your left foot high up in the air, three-legged dog, as high as you can go. With a breath out, bring the knee forwards into the chest like we've just done before, but this time see if you can step your left foot to the top of the mat between the hands. You might need a couple of goes at that, but see how you go with it. In this lunge position, we're going to turn to the left, take the left hand out and up, and almost try to twist here. So drawing that left arm backwards, as far back as you can, so you feel the tension in your shoulders. Making sure your left knee still points forwards. Don't let the knee flop out to the side. Look down at the floor, the mat, bring the left hand to the floor. Okay, we're going to press heavily down into that left foot, make our way up into a lunge position. Reach up, hands above us, take a breath in. As you breathe out, bend the knees, float the arms down either side, and breath in, lift up. Okay, from here, we're going to tilt forward to the upper body, reach the hands forwards, lifting that back right knee up. So you get that really nice line through the heel of your right foot all the way through to your fingertips. You'll feel it in your left quads. And if you want, you can sweep your left arm backwards, take a breath in here. And as you breathe out, sweep the arms or swing the arms. Movement on the breath out. So we breathe in when we come stationary, we breathe out, we move. And then come back to rocket pose, arms are lengthened, breath out, hands to the floor. You really feel it in that hip socket, really feel it in that quad. Stepping that left foot all the way back up, three-legged dog, take the pressure off. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, bring your left knee across to your right elbow and hover just for a moment. Breath in, three-legged dog. Breath out, foot to the floor. Inhale to plank. And the whole plank now, and we're going to go into high upward dog. So pull your tummy button in, engage your core, squeeze your glutes. Lower your pelvis towards the floor, lift up through the crown of the head, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. You get a really nice back bend here. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, downward dog. So we're going to do a few of these, dynamic movement. So breath in, plank. Breath out, upward dog. Breath in, plank. Breath out, downward dog. Breath in, plank. Breath out, upward dog. Breath in, plank. Breath out, downward dog. Inhale, your right leg lifts nice and high. Exhale or breathe out, bring the knee into the chest. Squeeze it forwards as much as you can. If you can, step that right foot to the top of the mat between the hands or just short of the hands for a lunge. And we go for that twist now. So turning to the right, take the right hand out and up and back, stretch it through the front of the body. Be squeezing the muscles you can in your upper back. Trapezius muscles, rhomboids, serratus anterior, all active now. And then look down at the floor, bring your right hand to the floor. We're going to really press heavily into that right foot, bringing the body upright, finding the stability, the balance, reach the hands up nice and high. Take a breath in here and a breath out for a gentle lunge dip, squeeze it into the hip joints. Breath in, lift up. Rocket pose now again. So tilting forward, push into that back heel. Find the effort here to find that length through the body. Lowering your hips by bending through your knee, making sure your right knee points towards your right toes. And then sweep maybe the right hand backwards. Take a breath in here and swing. Take a breath in and swing. Keep going. Okay, bring both hands back into rocket. Reach up as much as you can, pushing into that back heel. Take a breath in and a breath out. Lower down, low lunge. Step in your right foot all the way back up, three-legged dog. Breath in at the top. Breath out, knee across to your left elbow and hover. Breath in, three-legged dog. Breath out, foot to the floor. Inhale to plank. Going to go to the ground. Breathe out, release to the floor. First locust, maybe the only locust. Point the toes, take the hands down the side of the body, palms down, and lift your chest, lift your legs. Reach down with your fingers, looking down at the floor, squeezing your lower back muscles. And release, hands either side of your ribcage. Push up onto your knees and sit back towards your heels. Tops of the feet are flat on the floor now. Find child pose here and get that nice stretch, that release through your lower back. And then slowly come into tabletop. Draw your arms backwards, come up into thunderbolt on your knees, reaching the hands up nice and high. Breath in. As you exhale, take your hands around onto your backside. Gently use your core muscles to drive the pelvis forwards. Use your upper back muscles to draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Lean backwards in your upper back. Lift your head up and backwards, a little bit of a camel back bend here. And release back down to tabletop. Tuck the toes in, lift into downward dog. Taking the feet out to the edges of the mat, get a little bit of space between the legs, walk the hands backwards, come into a supported squat at the back of the mat, and gently roll from side to side on your feet. So get those hip joints, those joint capsules moving. Just trying to go through all of the muscles, all of the joints with this 30 minutes we've got to get some movement, get some strength, get some flexibility, get some space created in the body. Okay, from here, we're going to go all the way back to our downward dog and try one of those, a couple of those actually, upward dog. So breath in to plank, breath out, high upward dog, lifting up through the crown of the head. Breath in, plank, using the core, breath out, downward dog. We go again. If you want to do a yoga practice for 5 minutes in the morning, I would definitely encourage you to include this in that practice. Okay, it's so good for the core strength for your spine. Okay, dropping your right knee to the floor, step the left foot between the hands and come to an upright position. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, pull your belly button in and then reach the hands up and tilt backwards. A little bit of a back bend here. We're going to bend through that front knee at the same time, reach backwards with the arms, crescent moon lunge. Okay, go as deep as you can here. It's a really great stretch of your hip flexor. Combination of your arms reaching up, shoulders in flexion and leaning backwards for a back bend, and that bending that through that front knee is really stretching your psoas, your hip flexor muscle. Take a couple more breaths here. And breath out. Float the hands down either side of that front foot. Tucking your right toes in behind you. Lift up into lunge. Step back, downward dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, cobra or high cobra or upward dog. And then drop to your knees. Step in your right foot between the hands. Push into the floor with that right foot, come upwards. Crescent moon lunge on this side. So draw the arms up, palms come together. Squeeze in your core muscles and then tilting backwards. Squeeze your core muscles. So important to protect your lumbar spine in these back bends. Squeeze your core muscles, bending through that front knee to lean into the lunge. Just feel the tension in your body. See how far you can take it and feel that hip flexor stretch on the left side. Such a good posture. Crescent moon lunge. Great for your posture. Slowly come down to the floor. When your hands land on the floor, tucking the back toes in, lift the knee off the floor, step back downward dog. And then look up between the hands, bend the knees, step, walk, float, or jump to the top of the mat. Release of your shoulders here, a little bit of a hang, pull the belly button in, slowly roll to standing and rolling the shoulders back. Inhale the palms up, come together. Bring the hands down onto your chest. Going to lean into our right foot, slide the left ankle on top of the right thigh, and slowly start to bend into that leg to find a standing pigeon pose. It's a nice stretch of your rotator muscles on the left side in this case. And come all the way back. Inhale, lift the hands up. Standing staff, exhale, foot to the floor. Try again on the other side. Let's draw the arms up, palms come together. Bring the hands down on the chest, narrowing your center of gravity. Slowly sliding that right foot up. Opening the hip as you turn the foot outwards. And slowly, with control, bending through that standing leg to fire up the quads. At the same time, stretch it through the rotator muscles of the bent knee. Ultimately, it's a balance. It's a mindful practice. All the way back up. Standing staff, foot to the floor, hands down the side. Breath in, draw the arms up, straight leg forward bend, diving down. Hands to shins, half lift. Bend the knees, hands to the floor, walk the feet to the back of the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale to the ground. Inhale, locust. Taking a couple of breaths here. You can stay as long as you like here. This is really good for your back, for your posture. Building up that strength in your core. Using the breath to manage your nervous system and release. Counter pose in child. So sit back on your heels, find that space in your lumbar spine. Come up onto your knees, step in, right foot between the hands, tuck the left toes in, lift the left knee off of the floor, rotate, ground the left heel down. Going to wheel or windmill or move your left arm forwards and push into the right foot as it comes all the way up and over, and you float your right arm up. Find yourself in your warrior two position. Take time to find the posture. So trying to lower the tailbone down as much as you can. Bring the arms up so that they're where you think they are. Take a quick glance behind and then bring your attention to your right hand in front. Hold and breathe here. Not going to do any movement in this warrior two. Just going to try to lower the tailbone down. Lean back a little bit. Reach forwards with your right arm. Reach backwards with your left arm until the body starts to really start to work. Okay, slowly straighten your right leg. Turn on your heels, your feet, take your feet out 45 degrees. Reach your hands up, cross the forearms. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bend the knees and extend the arms out to the side. Horse pose. So squeeze into those hip joints, flex in your wrists, pull in your straight arms backwards. Pull in your knees backwards. Inhale, 5-pointed star. We go to warrior two in the other direction. So tuck your right foot in, turn your left foot in line with the edge of the mat. Bend through the left knee, take the tailbone to the floor, lowering your arms down, looking through the middle finger of your left arm this time, and looking back, see where your right arm is. Trying to keep the upper body, the torso, absolutely vertical. I have a tendency to lean forwards. I try to pull it backwards, and then I check in again where my arms are. So the whole point about alignment in these postures is to really stress the body, the parts of the body that really need to capitalize and benefit from these postures. So really deep hip rotation when you lower your tailbone to the floor. When you keep your arms level and flat, palms down, but big, long reach. Your trapezius really working hard, keeping your focus through the middle finger of that left finger calms the mind. Okay, slowly come back to 5-pointed star, pivot on your feet. Back to warrior two in the first direction. Not so deep. Take a breath in here. You're going to windmill to the floor, lift the back heel. Slowly windmill all the way down to the floor. And then step back downward dog. Now you can do that little sequence of the two warriors and the 5-point star and the horse pose as many times as you want in your practice. It's great for your body. It really wakes the body up, opens the body up. But for the sake of this particular video, we're going to move to the ground. So dropping down onto your knees, crossing your lower legs behind you, walk hands backwards, sit back, and then come into a seated position with your legs out nice and long. And the first thing is a sit bone shuffle to get your pelvis pointed forwards, and then gently tilt forwards, reach forwards. A little bit of a stretch of the hamstrings. And then come out of that. Take the hands behind you, point the fingers away, bend the knees, keep the feet hip width apart, lift it into reverse tabletop, dropping the head back in line with the spine, using your core muscles again to lift up the belly button towards the ceiling. And if you want, you can draw one leg up, see if you've got the strength in the body. Again, if you want, engage the core. I won't be drawing both legs up. Wish. All the way back. Roll onto your back, hug your knees. Squeeze and release your knees. Take the hands around the back of the thighs. Little back roll down. This is really good for your spine. We do this in the class quite a lot. Allowing the discs, the vertebrae to compress. And we're going to roll up to a seated position with our feet, our knees bent, our feet planted in front of us. Squeeze your core in. So squeeze your belly button in. Reach the hands forwards, palms down. Taking a deep breath in here, using your accessory muscles, your costal muscles. As you start to breathe out, lower backwards, keeping your feet firmly planted on the floor. Use your core muscles to lower yourself backwards. When your feet start to become quite light, take a shallow breath in at the bottom. As you breathe out, squeeze your core muscles, draw your body back to where it started. Take a breath in at the top, soften your shoulders. Breathe out, squeeze your core, descend back. Take a shallow breath in at the bottom. As you breathe out, squeeze forwards. Go again, breath in here, breath out, come back down. Breath in at the bottom. Breath out, squeeze forwards. We go one more, breath in here, breath out, squeezing down. Take a breath in at the bottom, squeeze it forwards. Well done. Hands behind you, going to cross the legs comfortably if we can. Find an upright position here. Maybe take a little bit of back bend to start off with. Take the hands behind you, draw your chest forward, shoulders backwards, arching through the lower part of the back, lifting the head up. Feeling how nice that is. It's almost a counter pose for that last set of movements, and release. Take the hands up nice and high. Going to gently turn around to the left, take the right hand onto the left knee, position your left hand behind close to the spine so you can twist the spine whilst it's in its most vertical position. Okay, that'll be natural curvature in your spine, but you don't want to be leaning back on twists. You want to be quite upright and then use the bind to twist through, look back towards your left shoulder. Slowly release that twist. Turn to the front, bring the hands in front of you, interlace the fingers, push the hands up, and then reach up. As imagine you're trying to pull your spine up out of the ground. Try and realign, lengthen it. And release, and we could take a twist to the other side. So the important thing is to position your right hand close to the body on the ground, fingers on tripods or the palm on the hand, left hand on the knee, and twist to look back towards your right shoulder, keeping the breath steady. And again, using those accessory muscles, those costal muscles to breathe around the ribs, the collarbone. Breath going into the top part of the lungs. And slowly release out of that twist. Okay, a little bit of a counter pose here. Bring the hands up again, nice and high. And release. Okay, from a cross leg position, straighten out your right leg. Keep the left sole of the left foot into the thigh. Look over that right leg with the toes coming back. Reach the hands up above you. Tilt the whole of the upper body forwards and then drop the hands down on the leg. Now you work with the breath here by taking longer breaths out. And those breaths out are all about trying to go a little bit deeper into the posture, but not forcing it, just allowing the body to release its tension with each breath out. It's a very progressive process. You use your breath out to release into the posture. If you try too hard on these postures, try to force it, your nervous system will switch to fight or flight mode, and you'll be fighting against yourself because other muscles will react, will try to hold you back. But with this breath out approach, with this nice releasing, 5 breaths, 30 seconds, 40 seconds if you can, if you want, if you need to, just feel that body ease off and give a little bit. Squeeze your core muscles, come upwards, take a counter pose with Wild Thing, taking the left hand behind you, lift your bum off of the floor, flatten that straight leg foot, and with a hand coming up behind you, then drive the pelvis forwards. So it's sort of a back bend, but it's a really expansive back bend for your body. Come back, we change over. Okay, so again, positioning your body, so left leg straight, toes come back, pointed over that straight leg, reach up, and tilt forwards. Okay, so tilt out the pelvis until you find the muscles that are holding your back and the connective tissue. You drop your hands down on your leg. This is start point, base camp, if you like. 5 breaths. Go on a little bit of a journey with your body, with your breath. Releasing where you can. It could be even in that right leg, that bent hip. Then squeezing your core muscles as you come to an upright position, sweeping your right hand behind you, counter posing Wild Thing. It's a good firm grip of the floor with your right hand. Ground your left foot, drive the pelvis forwards, reach up with that left arm to span through the front of the body. And come back, loosely crossing your legs. A couple of things we're going to do now. Really nice postures, deer pose. So lean down onto your right side, taking your left foot, bring the left heel into your bottom, point the toes away so you can get the top of your left foot on the floor, bringing the sole of the right foot into the thigh. Then start to walk your hands forward over that right. You see your chest comes down over the right knee, and then start to work yourself around to the right and lower down. You get a really nice pull, stretch around your quadratus lumborum, your QL muscle, which is your side bending muscle just above the trouser hip area. You'll feel it when you've got it. You lower down, you try to twist around to the right, and you feel that really delightful stretch here. Come out of that, keeping your right hand on the floor, maybe your right forearm on the floor, and again, another stretch here in deer pose to stretch through the side of the body. All the way back. Okay, we change over. So again, loosely crossing your legs, lean onto your left side, bringing the right heel into the glute, bringing the sole of the left foot into the thigh, and then slowly lowering your chest down on the left knee, and then walk your hands around, reaching forwards as far forward as you can with your right hand. As you go around to the left, you feel that stretch on this side. Obviously, keeping the breath nice and slow and steady. Coming out of that, but keeping your left hand, left forearm on the floor, and reach over with the right hand. Really nice long stretch into the rib cage. Breathe it into that space you create. Okay, coming out of that, making a diamond with your legs. So join the soles of the feet together, hands onto your ankles, your shins, and gently float the knees up and down as quickly, as slow as you can. Get some movement into the hip joints. And we're going to finish off now on our backs. Happy baby. So bend the knees, reach up with the hands onto your inner arches, your heels, your ankles, somewhere on your feet, and draw the knees into the side of the body, side of the mat here. As you squeeze into your hip joints, you roll gently from side to side on your lower back. Such a nice way to finish any form of yoga practice. You get 2 for 1. You get a really nice compression in your hips, squeezing out all the waste, the toxins, the atrophy, and you get that nice, gentle, massaging effect of roll on your lumbar spine. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can try to straighten both legs and then draw the legs out to the side. You really stretch your adductors here, pushing the backs of the knees away from you, feeling that real good stretch, hamstrings, adductors. Lower the feet to the floor, head and shoulders on the floor, taking the arms away from the body, heel toe the feet out nice and wide, and take a couple of windscreen wiper movements of your hips here. Okay, and then straighten your legs, reach your hands above the head, big long body stretch here. So stretching up, maybe bring the fingertips together, driving the toes away, and release. And there we go. So something I do quite frequently, one of the practices I do quite frequently, a combination of power, combination of strength and balance, and flexion extension through all of the joints that we've done today, pretty much most of the important ones. Great to set yourself up. You'll feel so much better having done something like this or something similar to this for 30 minutes in the morning. You feel so much better afterwards than you did when you start, because that's the power of yoga, isn't it? We all know that. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll be putting another couple of these 30-minute yoga shorts up on the channel, and hopefully you'll give 1 or 2 of them a go. Thanks very much.